This might be an unpopular opinion, but I like my Oris Aquis more than I do my Rolex Submariner. Let me explain. How's it going, everyone? Eric here. I get it. Saying any Oris watch is better than a Rolex can be quite a bold statement, but I said it, I meant it, and I'm here to represent it. Perhaps this is me rooting for the underdog or cheering for that band you like at a small venue who you know will make it big one day. Without a doubt, the Submariner is one of the most famous and sought after watches. I'm lucky enough to own one, I love wearing it, and it's made incredibly well. Rolex has perfected the classic dive watch aesthetic and make amazing watches. Then there's the Oris Aquis. It dares to be different, has way more personality than any other watch on the market. The bracelet design is also a big standout for me, and I love the dramatic taper, which really makes it a super comfortable watch to wear. When I was shopping around for an Aquis, I ended up choosing the green dial, and I couldn't be happier. It goes from dark green to an emerald green, depending on lighting, and the gradient effect helps keep it toned down so it doesn't stand out too much. When watch brands take the path less traveled, it could be really hit or miss. Creating a watch that stands out from the crowd could work really well for some and not so much for others. It's all in the details, and the Aquis design is a total home run. Whenever I put on the Sub, I get a big smile. It feels great, looks good, and it's just a delight to wear. But when I put on the Aquis, I get a deeper sense of that cool and fun factor than I do the Sub. What's funny is I remember reading reviews about the watch before deciding to pull the trigger and kept seeing people mention it looks like a puck. You know, from hockey. I developed a slight concern about this, but as soon as I got the watch out of the box, I was quickly reminded that you should take social media comments with a grain of salt. People just like to complain. And the Aquis does not look like a puck. In fact, it looks awesome, and it's one of those watches you really need to see in person to truly understand its glory. I purchased my Aquis from Joma Shop, an online gray market reseller, and not only did my experience go perfectly, but I got one heck of a deal. I paid a bit over $1,000, which is really crazy for such a well-built and detailed watch. When comparing it side by side to the Sub, the details really stand out even more. The Aquis has much more character and even more little details the Sub lacks. The bracelet itself stacks up against the Subs, with the only difference being the clasp because of the glide lock on the Sub, which is a bit chunky, so in a way, I find the Aquis to be more comfortable. It is possible some of these feelings I have come down to popularity. I've never seen an Aquis in the wild, but definitely see Subs all the time, and if it's not from Rolex, it's another brand making a very similar watch. As my taste for watches have evolved throughout the years, I find myself enjoying watches that checks different boxes than the conventional. And there's also Timekeeping. The marketing team at Rolex loves coming up with creative names for new movements, and as cool as they are, it always comes with the big price increase. I don't know what voodoo Oris used on their sleeve of movements that they used to use, but they're incredibly accurate. Both are only slow a few seconds per day, and the Aquis isn't cost certified or have a parachrome hairspring. Both watches are amazing and offer something unique, which is so great about watches. Am I crazy for enjoying my Aquis more than I do my Sub?